you have one of the healthiest wellness gummies that are out on the market.
Being healthy should be exciting, and we hope that we can get you on that journey where you can enjoy being healthy and see real results. A lot of vitamins these days, you're taking it to feel better, but then it's causing you other problems that you didn't even realize. My heart goes out to so many people that have to take these anti-anxiety medications because it really numbs you. We're all natural, we're gluten-free, we're dairy-free, we're keto. There's a lot of work. The cleaning, the preparation. If you touched something, you're an organic person. Right. It's intense. It's such a nice, peaceful feeling to be able to tell someone, this is the highest quality you can get.
The best product.
It's the best product you can buy.
Welcome to another episode of A Healthy Point of View podcast. I'm your host, Sam Tejada, and today we have a very special guest. Today we're going to ExciteMy podcast, and the reason why I'm saying ExciteMy podcast, we have the founder, Gary Rollar II, who is the founder of ExciteMy. Gary, how are you?
Doing great, Sam. How about yourself?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. So I'm excited about today's podcast. And one of the reasons I'm so excited is that I've been throughout that process of your journey in developing some of your product. And for the listeners that are tuning in that are wondering, well, what the heck is this ExciteMy? So a lot of people have probably already seen your product all over the place in the airports and some of these quick little stores, convenience stores, probably at the hotels. I know I was at a hotel in Atlanta and getting a coffee and I saw the product. So you have one of the healthiest, if not the healthiest, wellness gummies that are out on the market. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about these wellness gummies that I feel so confident in your product that we offer it in all of our clinics, right? Because I believe that there's different levels of quality product. And most people always go into like, oh, I got pharmaceutical grade.
Right.
Yours are even at a higher level because of all of the qualifiers that are behind it. Let's talk about a little bit of your story and how you even got here.
Appreciate that, Sam. Thanks for that powerful introduction. So yeah, ExciteMy, I grew up very holistic and my family had a different approach to health, similar to kind of the way Liquivida is. When we got sick, my parents didn't grab us antibiotics, but instead I went and got acupuncture, or I went and got a vitamin C IV. And this was, 20, 30 years ago when I was a little kid. And that was our mentality. And going into creating a new business and seeing vitamins everywhere and seeing how sterile they were, I felt I got to make this more exciting because I hate taking pills, but I know I need to take them because it's hard to get every nutrient in all the meals you're eating.
Right.
So I looked at the product and I said, let's make this more exciting, hence ExciteMy. And we took more of an artistic approach and we wanted to make people's health exciting. And we wanted to make it where you'll take the product, put it in a form factor that's delicious. And on top of that, we wanted to make it that it looks in a way that you wouldn't want to hide it. Because, you look at all your vitamin bottles, they're either sterile, they're solid, weird colors, and you just want to put it in the cabinet as soon as you get home.
Right.
Ours, what's the first thing you said when you put our bottle in your hand?
I was like, man, I don't even want to put it away. I want to just keep on holding it. I don't even want to throw the bottle away from how nice it is. Yeah.
I remember you told me, you're like, I feel like I'm in a Lamborghini right now. So, that's what we were trying to accomplish. We wanted to make health exciting. We want to make it fun and bring apart that proactive and preventative health versus what's so traditional as this reactive health. So we really went for that preventative health in a form factor that's exciting and that's fun.
I love that, man. So, you probably hear us all the time talking, especially, Dr. Davis says this a lot. It's like, we're trying to make health and wellness hip and cool. And your product, I know you put a heck of a lot of time in designing just what the product looks like. Is, this product here has that type of look, it's, has that hip and cool type of look and feel. So, when it comes to the product that you put together, initially when we first met, we met through a mutual acquaintance of ours, my buddy Isaac, who sells me my BMWs. And
mine as well.
I remember he hit me up. He was like, hey, I got this guy here who, I sold a BMW to that you need to meet, Sam.
Yeah.
And initially when he told me, he was like, oh, he's got a vitamin supplement. Oh, here we go again. Another vitamin supplement guy who's going to try to pitch me on stuff. And, with Isaac, he's a good friend and he's a good businessman. So I was like, you know what? Let me see. There's a reason why he's reaching out, you know? So we met and I was like, I felt the energy, you know, coming from you. I felt like I was talking to myself and I was like, man, he's got something good. And there's something that I was at that point in time that I actually met you. I remember talking with my wellness coordinators and telling my wellness coordinators, like, hey, we have to do things different than what people are used to when it comes to, like, number one, selling our supplements, our nutraceuticals, and trying to get our clients, our patients, to actually take them. Like, most people, they don't want to take all these damn pills, right? So what do? We got to make something different. So I kept on telling myself, I was like, what if we create something where it's almost like a little healthy snack and they're getting all the nutrients? And then me thinking about this for a few days, few weeks, and voila, here goes Gary. He comes out of nowhere because of Isaac.
Right.
So, you know, we connected. So we started offering the product. And I remember, you know, you and I talking about the different formulations. Like, let's talk a bit about how we got to where we're at today. Because when we first connected, your product wasn't looking the way this looks, then it wasn't tasting the way it tastes now, and the qualifiers were not established the same as all of the qualifiers that it has. So let's talk about that you know, that venture,
Sure.
that whole journey of how you got there.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, when we first started, we went the traditional route. We had gummies like everybody else. You know, it was your standard gummies, your vitamin C gummy, your whatever you see on the market now, your standard, I call them synthetic candy gummies now. And Sam was like, Gary, you got to make something that's really strong and get all this stuff out of here. Get all these fillers out of here. Get all this other stuff out of here that we can't tell our patients about.
The fructose and all that stuff.
And, you know, a lot of people don't realize there's like titanium dioxide and all these other flow agents that you'll find in a lot of vitamins these days. And you're taking it to feel better, but then it's causing you other problems that you didn't even realize. So we didn't just start over. We threw everything away. We started completely from scratch. And we went and found the best ingredient supplier. So what we did is we found the ingredients. Not only are they the best quality ingredients, but predominantly we source them from the origin countries.
Oh, wow.
So what does that mean? Well, lion's mane, mushroom. I could buy that from California, but it's not from California. It's from Southeast Asia. The best mushrooms come from Southeast Asia.
Wow.
Our maca or our, you know, all the different ingredients we get, like, for instance, from Peru, because that's the origin country. That's where it's in the most purest, authentic form. So, you know, you could take lion's mane from California. You could take it from here. You could take it all over. But I would prefer to give it to you from the source.
So let me ask you this. The people that sell it, like, let's say out of California, are they growing it in California and selling it? Or are they still doing the same thing and ordering it from that other country and bringing it here?
I mean, I couldn't speak on where they're getting the seeds or not everything has seeds, but each origin. But think about it like where they're growing it, how the whole process is forming. It would be grown just like we would, you know, you try to grow a plant in your backyard. You know, they're growing that there in California, but there's a lot of things that come into growing that are even above my
there
knowledge.
is.
You know, like the soil.
Yep.
Like, why are the bagels best in New York?
The water, right?
Because the water. So, I mean, just think about these functional ingredients like mushrooms. And just to dive into that mushroom for one thing that I didn't mention is we use the fruiting body of the mushroom versus the root.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of companies will skimp out and they'll use the root, which is the cheaper, easier way to extract it. We use the fruiting body, which is the most potent and best quality. On top of that, not only, like I said, we get the origin locations predominantly, but we went a step further and we went organic, certified organic. Now, when I first started getting involved and saying, okay, I want organic ingredients, I thought, okay, I'll get an organic ingredient and I'll just put organic on it. It is much more involved than that.
I bet.
So,
I mean, and there's even a large financial component as a business to try to do that. You know, to touch up on one of the things that you said about like how they grow it. I used to always tell people, like, when I talked about like fruits and vegetables, about how here in the U.S., a lot of the fruits and vegetables we have, I called them hospitality fruits and vegetables because they look beautiful, but they were nutrients deficient and they didn't even taste like what they're supposed to. And you talking about the mushrooms, you know, where they're originally from, you know, it's just like strawberries. You take a bite out of a strawberry and all of a sudden you notice it's like it has no flavor. But you go somewhere to like Costa Rica where they have these beautiful strawberry fields in the mountains over there in Costa Rica. You take a bite out of one of those strawberries and you're just like, where did all this flavor come from?
Right.
So I can only imagine that the different products that you're referring to that are from these other countries, what's in the soil, right, and feeding these different products as they grow is probably where you're going to get most of the supplemental benefits, from.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you can't reproduce. Why do they fly in water from New York for bagels? I mean, I keep going back to that,
right?
Because there's something about that origin, the soil, the nutrients, the sun, the air quality, everything. I think it all plays a huge role.
So I remember like when we first started talking, and you were kind of figuring out how you're going to increase some of your distribution business. You're in the airports, you're in some of these convenience stores, you're in a lot of the hotels, a lot of the travel stuff. And when we connected, you mentioned to me, you said, Sam, I would actually really like to be inside of these wellness centers and med spas and doctors' offices and offer their patients my great product. And I remember telling you, I was like, well, Gary, if you want that, I want to show you what you're up against. And I invited you to the A4M, the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine, one of their big world conference. It was the one in Las Vegas. And it was your first time there. What was your experience, and what effect did that have in the development of your new product line?
That show was really eye-opening because the average consumer, when you go to the store, you're like, okay, I need vitamin C, or I need just something very basic. And I couldn't even express it all in this podcast, but they were so much further along than that. The way they delivered it, the story behind it, you hear of nanotechnology. They were 10 years beyond that, at this event. And I'm like, wow, I need to have something completely different. I have just little gummy bears with a little vitamin C in it. So it really, with that in your push, really inspired me to make, not only a gummy supplement, but something that is equivalent or stronger than a capsule.
Right.
And, I think that's something that's important to touch on, because the product is now, you can have in our common focus 2,300 milligrams in one serving.
Right.
Find me a capsule that's on the market that has 2.3 grams in it.
Exactly.
They're not there.
Exactly. Yep.
So you're going to get, when you taste this and when you eat it, it's no longer candy. Candy's out the window.
Right. It may taste like candy.
They may taste like it, but these are functional.
We got the real
holistic.
health benefit coming here.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the reasons why I'm putting so much emphasis on us, explaining the story and how you got here is for the listeners. And we have a lot of doctors that tune into the podcast. I want them to understand that this is not just a product that was like magically developed for us to sell it, right? This was a product that you took a lot of time, you connected with a lot of professionals in the industry. And when I say professionals, I'm talking about a lot of people with strong scientific backgrounds like MDs, DOs, naturopaths, going to places like the A4M, seeing what is out there, and making sure that you have the one-up when it comes to the development of this product.
Right.
And that's exactly what you did, right? Because I was in those meetings where we had doctors, with strong functional medicine background, coaching you and giving you some of the details of like, hey, if you're going to go with this product that's going to be calm and focus, maybe you should include some of these ingredients, because this is what's going to make your product one of the most advanced products out there. Then we're talking about, well, we're big into biohacking and making sure natural health is always, kept intact, like the efficacy of what we're doing, the quality of the product, making sure that it's organic, kosher, or having any of these other qualifiers that most people that are health enthusiasts are looking for. And you did exactly that. And I remember that it was taking quite a while. I was like, man, is he actually going to do it? We're like a fucking year in, right?
It was over 8 months.
I followed up with you again. You said, no, Sam, I'm doing it, but this just takes time. And boom, we got the real deal now. We got the product here. I'm holding it in my hand. Look, the Fit one that has the organic apple cider vinegar and also the organic coffee. So let's talk about the different formulas that you created. And I know these are your initial formulas. You're always like strategizing and brainstorming on what's next. And we don't have to talk about that because a lot of those things are surprises to come.
Sure.
But let's talk about the different formulas and why you decided to put these formulas together.
Sure. So highlighting on the formulas, one thing I've noticed with these as we break them down, 4 out of 5 of these, I've personally felt the same day a difference.
Okay.
And that sounds crazy in when you're taking supplements, because I know normally supplements take 30, 60, 90 days till you feel anything. But as we break down the different formulas, I'll tell you why you're feeling that. The apple cider vinegar and the fit and the green coffee. So if you eat too much food and you get, you start to get indigestion or you get that heartburn, apple cider vinegar dissipates.
Yeah, it really helps with gut health.
Can't go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we just had a child, and my wife was really struggling with constipation. Apple cider vinegar got things moving again.
Nice.
So to see something that same day is just, it was mind blowing.
By the way, the whole same day thing, when you first brought that up to me,
Yeah.
do you remember which product you actually put in my hands when you started telling me that you see same day results?
Libido?
Yeah, you gave me the Libido ones. Thank you, by the way. So I just want to make sure all the listeners know that. And this guy was not lying. Like, the Libido stuff really did work. I started noticing, like, I was just like, well, why am I having these thoughts? So, but keep on going. Let's talk about some of the other formulas you have.
Yeah, so I'll go to the Libido next since we're on there. So what I love about the Libido, when we were coming up with this formula and the people that I was working with, they said, I have this formula that was a testosterone formula. And we brought it on a trip with us and we gave it to some people and we didn't really tell them a lot about it. They were taking it and they're like feeling really good. And then when they ran out of it, they go, hey, what happened to that stuff you were giving me? I don't feel the same. And it was actually a testosterone formula that's a big part of what's in our Libido.
Oh, wow.
Because when you take the Libido gummy, it has different effects. So we have, one thing that really affects your libido is stress.
Okay.
So in the Libido gummy, we're going to lower that stress, but we're also going to increase your libido.
Okay.
And I recommend that people take this every single day in the morning because all the food we're eating is suppressing our hormones.
Right.
And it just makes you feel like, why am I in a bad mood today? I don't even know why. You take the Libido gummy, it just lowers that stress, kind of makes you feel different. You feel more confident. You have like that pep in your step.
Right. What's in there? What are some of the nutrients inside of the Libido?
So we have mucina parens, which is the happy drug, which not really a drug, but it's one of the MDs said, oh, you have mucina parens in there? That's the happy drug. We have Tribulus tetris. We have ashwagandha. We have horny goat wheat. Now, keep in mind, all of these are organic, and certified kosher.
Nice.
So it's not like we just threw some of these horny goat weed like you're seeing in the gas station. This is organic, certified kosher, certified organic horny goat weed.
Quality.
Extreme quality.
Nice.
And ingredients tested 3 times. When it comes in from the country, tested. When it goes into the product after manufacturing, tested. When it goes to be packed, tested again. Just to make sure you're getting really what it is.
Wow, you're really following the process.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's the way to do it.
It's very I had no idea this organic process. When you see that logo, I mean, there's a lot of work. The cleaning, the preparation. If you touch something, you're an organic person almost.
Right,
It's intense. And then next, the Dream. So the Dream is a really nice formula. We have melatonin in there. That's the only reason I can't claim that is organic. And I put melatonin because I want the consumer to get used to our product working really quickly like everything else. But we also put organic valerian root, organic chamomile, and organic ashwagandha because that's where I feel that we want to grow the Dream into and take melatonin out one day.
Where does the melatonin come from that you can't claim it organic? I'm just ignorance on my behalf.
That's a great question. I leave that to my formulators, but I know as the process when we were doing it, the way it's extracted, because it's called a natural sleep aid, but it's still somewhat synthetic. Okay. So it's synthetic enough that you can't call it organic. But it is a natural sleep aid, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it is. Right. Right.
So, and the market is so used to melatonin that I wanted to make sure that when you take it, I don't even take this very often unless I'm knocked out and I'm not waking up early the next day because it just puts you in a deep sleep. Yeah. And I want to make sure that, I'm not oversleeping.
So I wear my Oura Ring and I wear it to sleep and I get my sleep data. And when I decided to take the Dream product, I decided to look at my sleep data. You're not kidding. I go into a deeper sleep and longer. Yep. And when I wake up, my readiness score is actually improved. So you can only imagine what's happening while you're sleeping, with your mitochondria regenerating, right? All of your body recovering, your muscles, if you're working out, that's recovering and repairing. So happy to have a product like that, because at Liquivida, we have a tremendous amount of clients that have sleep issues. And we have different peptides that we use and different nutrition, but this is a key component with those type of clients as well.
100%. And I know also for people that taking sleeping medication, and it has so many side effects. When you're taking a product like this, if you get your solid 8 hours of sleep with melatonin, you feel like a rock star the next day. You don't have all those other baggage that comes along with taking a sleeping pill or even the issues that opens up. Next I want to go into the immune, because I know Liquivida, Myers cocktail, right?
Oh yeah.
So we wanted to have something that really complements that. And Dr. Davis actually helped me formulate this one. When we were making it, he said, okay, I see you have D3 in there, but where's the K2? And I'm like, you're right. We need the guardrails. We need to make sure that D3 is actually absorbed correctly.
Right.
And we actually went a step further, though. Sam said, we got to make sure we have vitamin C. And I'm like, okay, but how can I take vitamin C a step further? So we actually use something called Camu Camu. Do you know anything about that?
Not too much. I know you were explaining it to me the other day.
Okay.
But let's go ahead. I'll let you break it down.
So Camu Camu is a superfruit, and it's one of the most authentic ways you can absorb vitamin C.
Nice.
Because ascorbic acid, a lot of time, your body doesn't, take all of it and you pee it out. But with Camu Camu, you can absorb so much more of it. It's like one of the most naturalist versions of vitamin C that your body will just take it immediately.
And you say Camu Camu?
Camu Camu.
Camu Camu.
So
and where does that come
CAMU.
from? Where is that? What orange? Orange.
Great question. I forgot my cheat sheet right now, but
that's all right. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in Asia, just by the name or something.
It's somewhere more in the rainforest, but I'd have to look at it.
Wow, I'm curious. I'm going to actually look it up and try to see what it looks like.
So one thing, Sam, we developed, because with all these formulas, I remember most of them, but on our site, I got this idea from Ritual. We wanted to be very transparent with where we source everything and the whole process. So actually, I'm just going to pull it up myself. If you go on our website, you pull up the item, you pull up the ingredient, we tell you everything about it. We tell you where we bought it. So if we pull up the Camu Camu, go on here.
And that's important. It's like, anytime that I'm like buying something or doing anything that's for my health, like I want to know everything about it. Right. So you having that on your website where people can actually figure out every ingredient, where it's being sourced from, and like the quality that's behind it gives people more, information on what they're going to be putting inside of their body. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So pulled it up. Camu Camu is right from Peru.
Peru,
so
okay.
Where my wife's from.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so we keep it close to home. But it's such a neat ingredient. And if you go to Whole Foods, actually, you'll see they even sell it like in a powder form.
Really?
And I'll tell you, the powder you will not enjoy. I tried that route first, and I did not like the powder. But in the gummy, I really enjoy it. We added getting back to it, organic elderberry, organic echinacea.
Nice.
Vitamin D3, vitamin K2. And we just wanted to make it that it was a maximum immune. And what's interesting, I want to point out with this product is some of our competitors, which you'll find in a lot of places, they'll have 3 gummies that they'll present to you in a serving.
Okay.
We use 1 gummy, and we're stronger than their 3.
Wow.
And we're organic, and we're pectin. We're not made of gelatin. I call gelatin gummies pig gummies, because most people don't realize when you're eating a gelatin gummy, you're eating byproducts of a pig.
Right.
I like maybe pig and bacon, but not in my gummies.
Yeah.
So,
and that's why you have some of these qualifiers, like, it's vegan also, right?
100%.
So having things like that are vegan friendly, that are, plant-based and, that stuff is important, right? Yeah. It's a lot of people are trying to get away through a lot of these animal products and, the gelatins and everything else. So I'm happy to see that. All right. That is awesome, man. Did we miss any of the formulas?
I think we missed. Yeah, we missed. We got the Libido. We got the Dream. We got the Immune. Oh, we left out the one we created in the car.
Which one's that?
So Sam and me are out.
Oh, and, I know which one this is.
Sam's super busy guy. So I'm like, Sam, we got to meet. He's like, you're probably not even doing anything because it's taken me 8 months to get these formulas going. But nobody realizes the work it takes to get, an idea to a finished good.
Oh yeah. By the way, all right. So, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And this is the thing with Gary and being a business guy and developing new things. I always have to kind of be like ready for like the most awkward things. And like Gary's like, he would always hit me up. It's like, Sam, I think I got the next product. You got to taste it. And all of a sudden I meet up with him, really quick for a lunch break or whatever. He's pulling out all of this random stuff and random packaging. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what this guy's making me eat right now, but hopefully I make it home tonight.
Yeah, we met in the parking lot. Where was that? It was
over there by
Fresh Market.
Yeah, by the Fresh Market. Yep.
So yeah, we're in the car and Sam's like, okay. I'm like, I want to do a calming gummy because there's so much energy stuff. And he's like, I got it. Do calm, but focus.
Right.
He's like, if I could be calm, but I could still use it for work. I'm like, okay, that's a great idea.
You can conquer the world feeling like that.
Right? It's
Just
like the
think about
limitless
it.
pill.
I'm cool, calm, and collective. I'm calm, I'm focused, and I can just tackle my day. Like, who doesn't want to feel like that? Who wants to be focused, but all like, agitated and you're like almost like a nervous wreck, but you're still focused, or you feel like you're on some crazy amphetamine or over caffeinated to be focused. Like, that's chemically induced. We don't want that.
Right.
And these wellness supplements that you've created are doing the complete opposite of what everyone has been chasing. People go to these gas stations, they get all of these chemically induced energy drinks that are readily available. Then they got the jitters. They're not calm. They can't even speak right on the phone, or God forbid, if they're on a Zoom call, they look like they're cracked out.
Right.
So you coming up with this product where you can be calm, but also focus and be able to speak and think like everything's in high definition. That's it. You've hit the nail on the head. I mean, like, this product here is the shit.
Oh yeah. No, this one's my favorite because I know in my past, I've had to take anxiety medication. I went through a rough patch, and I noticed when I took it, people didn't even recognize me. And my heart goes out to so many people that have to take these anti-anxiety medications because it really numbs you. And
Right.
I said, you know what? I would love to be able to help those people. And, I'm thankful that I'm not in that position, but I know so many people that are.
Right.
How could I help them not have to be on that medication and feel, okay, I don't feel as anxious, but I'm numb to the world. And we really accomplish it with this calm and focus. And I've found within 30 to 60 minutes when I take it, if you're feeling stressed, you go into this Zen state. But
Right.
so many people ask me, well, are you sleepy? No, you're not sleepy after. You're Zen, but your mind is just ready to go, like exploding with ideas. And that's because we have the calming agents, which is lemon balm, holy basil, gotakula, ashwagandha. But then we complement it with the fruiting mushrooms, lion's mane and reishi.
Nice.
So I don't know if you know much about the mushrooms, but mushrooms have some crazy benefits.
A lot of benefits.
With your neurons in your brain. And
Yeah.
it goes,
All the
list is
fungi,
on and
it's
on.
like crazy. There's like a different mushroom for something else.
Oh, yeah.
It's just yesterday I was watching a YouTube and my brain was like on fire. Like really like listening to some of these naturopaths and
Yeah.
other people that are health enthusiasts talk about it. And the mushroom business is really like taking off.
Oh, yeah. And just being able to put that all 2.3 grams in a single serving, when you take it, you just feel that Zen and you're ready to conquer the day. And I think, I'm so glad we thought of that in the car, that calm and focus mix, and it really delivers.
Yeah. And Gary, one of the things that I like about the product that you start seeing in a lot of like the nutritional supplements that you've taken a different approach to a lot of the other nutritional supplements that you see at some of these stores, vitamin stores that are out there. They carry a lot of synthetic nutrients, right? You look on the back of it and it just tells you vitamin A or vitamin B or vitamin C. Like, you actually labeled them based off of the actual raw source of the product, where I had to initially be like, all right, Gary, I know this has the different nutrients in it, but you're just giving me like the different herbs, vegetables, mushrooms, or whatever it is in there. It's like, what is what? Like, where is the vitamin D coming from? Where is the vitamin C coming from? So what you've done is you've actually taken true natural ingredients that have these different sources of nutrients, all of the different letter vitamins that are out there, and you're putting these natural ingredients in there. So now we're not getting any of the synthetic stuff. We're getting the real deal, right? It's almost like you're going out into the woods and you're finding the food source that has the vitamins. You just package it up very beautifully, right, in the Lamborghini bottle, right? Or how one of my buddies would call it, the Samborghini bottle.
Right.
So you put it in the nice bottle, and then you have it in the nice, beautiful gummies that taste fantastic. So what made you go that route, finding the raw sources of those vitamins versus just, finding like the generic vitamin C,
Right. Well, I'm glad you asked that, because when I first started, I made a product that was what I was available. I was able to find those standard, more generic gummies, but something in me was like, this is not something that you really are proud of, or you would really be, you could tell someone's the best. And when I met you, you're like, Gary, come on, you got to make the best gummies. And he really kind of pushed me over that ledge, because it was a big jump, a huge investment. It's very easy to get synthetic gummies. There's a lot of companies that'll work with you and they'll make it for you very easily. But to go this organic, wild harvest ingredients, it's a huge financial investment. It's a huge undertaking. And I got to say, honestly, it's you that pushed me over that ledge, because I was very nervous in the beginning to make that jump. And kind of once I made that jump, I'm like, wow, it's such a nice, peaceful feeling to be able to tell someone, this is the highest quality you can get.
The best product.
It's the best product you can buy.
Yeah.
Like, you may know these other brands on the shelf, but when you flip it over, look at the fillers that they put in this.
It is a great feeling.
All the synthetics, and once I did that, I felt so much better about myself as a person, because now I was selling my true self, like something that I would feel confident taking, versus the other one was like, oh, this tastes good, but maybe it's not the best. This is the best.
And you know what, Gary, you as the founder, obviously most founders have some kind of passion behind what you do, and you're exhibiting that through your product, and people can see it. They'll be able to feel it without you even being there in their presence. So that's extremely important, what you've created. And I know that feeling, because all of our IV products, which we sell to over 4,000 doctors throughout the United States, same thing. I am confident in saying, and I'm prideful to say, that we have the best, the highest quality IV vitamin therapy product. And I will take anyone up for a challenge to challenge me on that. And this is just another product that we're carrying at Liquivida now, that I can feel confident in saying, this is the healthiest supplement gummy that's out on the market.
Yeah.
Right? And all of these big names that are out there, and we don't have to mention them, but anyone who's listening, go ahead. Go to the vitamin store, go to your grocery store, go to Whole Foods, buy whatever gummies you want, right? And compare it to ExciteMy. And I can guarantee you that you don't have as good of a supplement gummy, as what ExciteMy offers.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And that's true. And, there's one thing we left out that I think is really important. What's one of the things that's covering all of our products today and affecting our hormones and things that in so many levels you don't even realize? Anything come to mind?
It's got to be some kind of environmental toxin or something. What is it?
Plastic.
Oh, plastic.
What's missing in my product?
Well, I know that it doesn't have plastic,
right?
right?
So we use aluminum, and something unique about the aluminum is
these bottles. They're aluminum, right?
They're aluminum bottles, aluminum caps. We have a slight small plastic on the inside of the cap just to seal it. But we went with aluminum for two reasons. We wanted that sexy feeling. When you grab like a Voss water bottle, it's just, this is special. And two, it's aluminum. So you can reuse this after. You can use it to put drinks in it. You can put your, different foods in it, or any kind of storage device. Or you can even ship them back to us and we'll reuse them after we do a thorough cleaning process. But one of my biggest passions, and one of the reasons I started this brand, besides being able to travel with my family and go over the world, is I love kiteboarding. And the ocean has always been my medicine. If I don't get in the ocean regularly, my mind it goes crazy. Like, it's my decompress. And I wanted to be able to do something different. So we're actually in the process of working on how do we make it when someone buys this, we're eliminating plastic in the ocean. Because there's so much plastic out there right now. It doesn't need to be. You know, it's not good for you. There's nothing, like, you grab a plastic vitamin bottle. It's not like, oh, I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
And if you go glass, you can't travel. So we went with aluminum for the sustainability effect. And it's so much easier to carry, and it doesn't harm our environment near as much as that plastic does.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing about plastic, and this is one thing that Dr. Davis and some of our other practitioners are diving deeper into. And actually, recently, there's been some data that has come out, and the news has been talking about it, that even a lot of the bottles of waters that we have, they're not testing it for microplastics.
Right.
So what's happening is people have these plastics inside of their systems, right? And they have the BPAs and the microplastics. And what's happening is that those plastics, right, it become a toxin that's sitting in your body, right? They sit in the fat cells. And now you have to figure out how to detoxify it. And most people don't know how to detoxify it. So if you're focused on your health and wellness, why start adding a potential toxin that's going to cause all kinds of other complications?
Right.
So, this is great that you avoided the plastic because, listen, a lot of people, you know what they do with their vitamins? They put it on the windowsill.
Yep.
So if you got plastic, what do you think is happening? The heat starts heating up that plastic. Now it starts leaching into those vitamins, into those gummies. So you did the right thing with this. This is awesome. The Lamborghini bottle. So, I'm looking at the bottle, tons of different qualifiers. Let's go through some of them.
Sure.
So, talk to us about these qualifiers and why you decided to make sure that these qualifiers, end up on the bottle.
Yeah. So, I mean, on that journey to be able to say we have the healthiest, most organic, natural form of the product, we wanted to make sure organic by far.
Right.
We had to have organic. And, one thing to caution people, if you see organic product where there's organic ingredients listed on the front, you don't see that seal, you know that something's up. So we went the full steps, made sure every step of our process certified organic, step one. Step two, we went certified kosher. And what does that mean? There can't be anything that's non-kosher, so we couldn't use gelatin. So we wanted to make sure everything was kosher. We use pectin, which is really good for that plant-based customer that says, okay, I want to be healthy, I'm vegan. Why would I want a gelatin gummy? You know? And then there's a whole list here. We went cruelty-free. Okay, so all of our practices, we make sure that we don't harm or do anything in a cruel manner because we're trying to make a difference in a helpful way, not cause a problem in the process. We're all natural. We're gluten-free. We're dairy-free. We're keto. Now, each vitamin on our website, we break down exactly because, one ingredient might be keto and vegan, but then if you complement it with another, it changes. So I'm going to read you just one of our items, but on the site, we break down every single SKU, by what's in there. When you're certified organic, you're also non-GMO. So we don't have any GMOs in our products, which you'll find a lot of GMOs out there right now. We're soy-free. We mentioned before, we're checked 3 times. So we check the ingredients when they come in.
Soy-free, that's good. So you don't have to be like one of the soy boys.
Yeah, no soy boys here.
We're men are turning into women.
Right.
So that's good.
And also check 3 times. So ingredients come in, ingredients when it's made, and then ingredients when it's packed. So you have a 3-time check process, vegan and lab tested for purity. So, we tried to make sure we checked all the dots, dotted all the T's to make sure that not only are we giving a product that works, but that it's going to be healthy. Because if I'm taking a gummy vitamin, but then it has soy or it has gluten or it has, a filler in it, I'm causing a problem, kind of like traditional medicine out there. I'm solving one problem, but then creating another.
Causing another one.
So we want to make sure that we're solving that problem or assisting in it and not causing a different complication that's unneeded.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. So, Gary, we're still in the beginning of 2024. What are some of the things that people should expect from ExciteMy for this year?
So from ExciteMy, as we talked about before, we're on a journey to have the #1 health and wellness brand. We want to make the average person that says, I want to feel healthy, but I don't want to do the work to be healthy. We want to make sure that we provide an opportunity for them to be healthy. I know Blake, when I first met her, one of your high ups here, she said, I can't take vitamins. They make me sick. They hurt my stomach. So, we want to get the process and get this out there in front of everybody that, they're taking a product that's going to make them healthy in a way they enjoy. Exactly. So we're partnering up with athletes. We signed up a Red Bull rider that is, going to be promoting our product really heavily. He's competing to be hopefully in the Olympics for kiteboarding.
Nice.
So he loves our product. He takes our common focus and different ones to make sure he performs at his best. And you'll see us a lot in travel destinations. So we're actually placed now in the top hotels all over the country. Over 150 locations, you'll be able to grab our products while you're traveling in our travel size package.
That's awesome.
And we also use a sustainable option there as well. And we're really just trying to blow up that natural space with something different. Because if you go out there now, you're not going to see a bottle that looks like ours. You're not going to see a form factor that looks like our product. And, our goal is to deliver that in a fun, exciting way.
I love it. I love it. So, Gary, if people want to find you or get more information on the product, where can they get it?
So there's three ways I want to call out. Obviously on our website, but you got to check out Liquivida, right? So if you go to Liquivida, you'll be able to find it right there in their stores. And we even have a store finder on our website. So if you want to buy it, shop local, you go right on our site, go to the store finder. If not, ExciteMy.com. We have it. We ship all over the world.
And guys, when you go on ExciteMy.com, you're going to get all of this additional information that Gary was talking about, where you could actually figure out every single ingredient, where it comes from, what they're doing. They're connecting into different organizations to help, save our environment as well. These guys are really focused on bringing health and wellness to the masses. They're really focused on doing the right thing for our planet, our environment. So I love that. Gary, is there anything else you want to add here?
That's a great question. Well, a couple real quick. We're going to be at Expo West, which is the largest natural food show.
Okay, where's that going to be?
So that's going to be in Anaheim, California.
Nice.
So we'll be exhibiting there. This will be our first major show. It's going to be in March. First week of March. I think it's March 14th through 16th. So we're going to be exhibiting there, and just to be approved in that show, just as a testament to our products, because there's a strict process to even be allowed in the show.
Wow.
And to be a new brand to automatically be allowed there, we're excited. But, being healthy should be exciting. And we hope that we can get you on that journey where you can enjoy being healthy and see real results. Because I know so many people had gummies that did nothing for them. And they see a gummy, I don't want another gummy. I dare you, try our gummy. If it doesn't give you a result, let us know. We'll give you your money back. We'll give you a full refund, because our products really work and it's an enjoyable process.
I love that, man. We got to excite my health. We just excited my podcast, and we're going to keep on exciting a lot more down the line. I appreciate it, Gary. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, follow ExciteMy on Instagram and all of their platforms. Leave comments. Go ahead and share. Until next time, you're listening to a Healthy Point of View podcast.